Why is the chat not working? Let's see. Let's see. I think you gotta uncheck the kid tab. Let's go. All right, can somebody type in chat? Might have to refresh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you had to uncheck the this isn't made for kids for chat to be enabled. So we got 12 in here. I give it about 2 more minutes and then we can start. So basically the stream is gonna be me going over charts, confirmations and setups, primarily using the wolf chart system. So whatever alerts we got from the Discord, I already pre-looked at some of them. That's what we're gonna go off of. J-O-G! Mo love, what it do? Hey, you excited? Just know I got both fans on right now. It's already hot. How y'all doing today? Y'all relaxing? CT, what it do? So now I know I need to make sure that made for kids isn't checked so chat can show up. Cause that was weird. Hey man, that what we do in a room, we cook. That's it. All right, I'm finna get started. Take a sip of my apple juice. All right, so hope y'all having a good Sunday, full of relaxation. Before tomorrow. Oh, actually, no trading tomorrow. So no trading chaos tomorrow, but no work chaos tomorrow. All right, so we're gonna start off with NDX or the NASDAQ. So basically, typically when I look at, I look at the indexes first and then I trickle down to the stocks. So looking at NASDAQ right now, you can see that it's in a huge rectangle pattern. started right about here to here. And it started about October, not for us, October 22nd of last year. So we just been consolidating for quite a little minute. So basically this is gonna be just pent up energy either to move down or to move up. And typically the cues. Hey, how you doing? Sherelle, how you doing? Stephen, how you doing? Hope y'all doing good. But yeah, these are typically, NASDAQ is typically the cues, the tech. It's very tech heavy. So when I trade any tech, I always look at the NASDAQ or QQQ. But right now, we're looking like we're at a bounce spot off the 200 MA to keep going within this rectangle pattern. Go ahead and go to VIX. All right, so VIX, hey, it looks all right. Definitely don't want it to come up here this week, but that's what it looks like it wants to do. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the month. So on the month, we're about to have an inverse arc. We already swept liquidity up right off the WTMA cloud. Ooh, the weekly looks prime to do a little action. So this might trigger a big pullback within SPY. I didn't even add SPY on here. Oh man. Yeah, you do that. What am I doing? I gotta put that on now. But yeah, so right here is the liquidity spot for VIX on the weekly time frame. You can see it swept it 3 times. But for some reason VIX just want to keep going up. Then on the day, we got a break of structure right here with a pull back to the 200 and then a pop back up. So right now, I think VIX key level will be like 2433. If it breaks that, then we back on the run to like 26 and beyond, and we already know what that'll cause for everybody. SPY. So SPY is still in that same consolidation pattern as well as NASDAQ, but not as long as NASDAQ. So this started about December. Right here. Yeah. So it hasn't been consolidating as long as NDX or NASDAQ. So we kind of basically all we gotta do is trade the range of SPY here. Hey, can y'all hear me good, by the way? I don't know how loud my volume is compared to the music. Okay, cool. I think I upped my volume. All right. So yeah, SPY is in a range. I actually want to look at it on. So we actually have not an inverse arc, but an arc confirmation to the downside. So we want to look out for that. But what I'm expecting, if we do come back down a little more, we'll hit this previous month low or this previous week low, and then sweep that liquidity and pop back up and continue trading within this same range. So that's what this doji candle was. It basically spiked up so much, came right back down, and then ended where it started. So some of the sectors that my mentor put out with some CTA data, it was pretty good. So to summarize it, basically everything is still long, but tech is the least longed sector right now. So it's easy to go into, it's easy to go into energy right now, industrial, consumer staples, healthcare, utilities, and even real estate. And you can see real estate is in this order block right now that it created in March of last year. So it's making a pretty strong move through that. It's probably going to sweep liquidity, come back down, pull back and bounce off the WTMA once it catches up, and then boom, we're going to 45. I think he actually put that on the outlook list as well. Let me go back over here. All right, so here's the utility ETF for SPY. So on the month, we're extremely bullish. All we had was a 12 EMA retest and a huge candle up on the month, and this is halfway through the month. On the week, fresh inverse arc, almost a Mara Basel candle closing above liquidity, the weekly liquidity level of 45.57. On the daytime frame, we actually closed above this liquidity level of 46.31. So we could easily keep going for a higher move if there's no order block at this level. Go ahead and go down to the 4. Yeah, no order block so far. Let's see if the 2 hour has one. Nope, there is no order block present, so we very well could keep going. Actually, the order block was deleted when this bar was made, so that last daily candle, it should have deleted that order block. But so utilities probably look the best out of all of these to me. Financials look like they're looking to sweep. Communication looks like they're looking to sweep. Energy had a pullback. Industrial had a pullback. So everything's basically like doing price action, most price action moves except utilities. So utilities look like they can just pop this level and just all-time high it for the rest. Here goes the weekly inverse arc on this. It looks very good. And I also got some tickers in the XLU sector. I think I posted this in my Discord in the trading room. So there's a plethora of moves. I like CEG. I think they have earnings though, so stay away from them. NI is insane right now. Vistra just made a big move. NRG is pretty good. Look at NI on the day. So here's NI right here. It's currently at all-time highs. So it did a pull. It's trying to go through a sweep now that it made that new all-time high. So look for NI. NI is probably gonna make a lot of people a lot of money. All right, so I'm gonna go into the particular stocks that I was looking at. So Ross, ROST. Shout out to Wavy Wolf for this one. He called this, I think, down here, if I'm not mistaken. Probably was even lower. But I'm gonna go ahead and go from the top down. So we got a heap of floating candles on the monthly time frame. We have, okay, it's slightly inside of the WTMA on the weekly, but the volume is still pretty good to make another up move. Then you go to the day. Inverse arc with the bullish order block with a fresh breaker structure with a sweep, followed by a sweep to confirm the bullish momentum. So then we had a retest of the WTMA. So I think Ross can just keep going, especially to 200, since that's a psychological target, psychological level. So I'm pretty sure this will go to 200 pretty quick. A 4 hour. Yeah, I can see this at 200 before the week out, more than likely. So do a top down on that. We're gonna go to Home Depot. This was on the last week's list. So you see it swept liquidity on Thursday, followed by a pullback in a slight doji candle. So since it's already swept this liquidity that it made from October 15th, I'm thinking this pullback is all that it needed to keep going higher. This is quickly approaching A plus trade range. So once it closes over 394.50, it's all of this is wide open. So do not miss this move. Do a top down on that one. And Lowe's, since it follows what Home Depot does, you have to add that one as well. You can see it closed over a historical resistance, and it had a fresh breaker structure. And is this all-time highs? Yes, it is. This is all-time highs for Lowe's. So yeah, do a top down on that one as well. I have two tech stocks that I'm looking at. Basically, they were the only good survivors that I saw from this big pullback we had. There we go. All right, so MU Micron is gonna be my first one. So looking at the month time frame, fair value gap retest right now in a doji. So technically for 2 weeks, it ain't even did any movement. It's just been sitting here. If you just look at the candle, yes, industrials are cranking. I didn't even add that many on the list because I think in the Wolf Empire we're calling out so many of them that it's just easy pickings. Like CAT, DE, what else was in there? CMI, like all those been cranking. It's insane. Looking at the week, it did pull back into the WTMA. Last week it retested the WTMA. So right now we need to a reclaim of the WTMA. So probably closing above this previous month high, I think. Nope, previous week high. Yeah, we need to close above that for it to continue on. And on the daily time frame, we have I want to say this is an inverse arc, but I don't want to. I think if price action would have came up a little more, this would have made a sharper move up. It would have did that right there, and I would have been like, hey, fresh new inverse arc on Micron. So I just want to put this on your radar before it happens, so you can have your chess pieces, in the right spot. So right now it's gonna open up right here. Maybe if NASDAQ doesn't come up with some crazy news before Tuesday morning, and then it could continue up, probably to retest this WTMA cloud up here. And once that happens, when that day closes, the inverse arc will give us a confirmation. So that's what I'm looking for on Micron. So I'm definitely gonna put out a trade plan on Micron. So all the ones that I'm listing out, I'm going to do a trade plan and post those in the RU. LRCX. This is one of the ones I was watching all day Friday to make sure that they stayed green. They did. They're one of the few stocks that did stay green all day. Despite the red candle, they just gapped up and closed above the previous day. Basically, that's all they did. But as far as potential, we have a fresh inverse arc. Basically, it's just printed a doji. I want to say this is a doji, but it's not, a little more centralized. But I'm definitely going to do a trade plan to see what LRCX can do, since everything else sold off so heavily on Friday and Thursday. Costco. This thing is on a monster move, by the way. So I'm looking at the month. We're about to have a fresh inverse. On the week, we have inverse with lock candle, floating candle, pullback, and a 12 and WTMA retest, followed by another floating candle, a floating hammer, I may say, and that's a level 3 candle too. So I think Costco can really just go. Looking at the daily time frame, it looks pretty good. I'm pretty sure order block was here. Let's go in replay mode. Pretty sure order block was here. Yep, there it is. So we just closed above this order block. Closed above the order block. Did a pullback off the WTMA cloud, and boom, ripped right back up. Actually, they traded them on Thursday for a quick, I forgot how much it was, like 512, I think it was. I'm not sure. I'm old. But yeah, the next day it ripped up an additional $19.50. So watch out for Costco. It can go up to about 1041. So that's like a $23 move potential. So it can definitely go. EST. This is a AI company basically. They provide power, I believe, if I remember right. But they've been selling off pretty extensively. I was trading them when they were right around here to about the 160 range, and then I got out because it got up here and just tanked down. So I got out. Look at the month. Okay, so on the month, that don't look too good. Not gonna lie. But the weekly look way better. So this is a reversal candle, which is a hammer, even though it's bearish, but it tells us that, hey, despite the sell-off, I popped back up to hold the strength. So, and it's actually off a trend line. So boom, and then you had this powerful move for $21 the next week. So this is why I'm looking at Vistra Corp right now. All right, so we got a fresh change of character, which snapped in this bullish order block. So now what we're looking for is a close above 179.50, so it can, go up to the next level of like 200. So that's what I'm looking for on VST. All right, on DTE, I found this stock on Friday when XLU was just killing the game on Friday. I started looking at utilities. I went down the whole rabbit hole of looking through all of these tickers on Friday, and I found DTE right here. So DTE is currently at all-time highs. Fresh inverse, but this hasn't closed yet since it's still halfway in the month. We have a clean inverse with 3 taps, 3 dojis basically, and then a huge move of $10 on a week. The ATR value for the week is $5.99. So this thing is expanding its ATR for whatever reason. I'm pretty sure earnings coming up. Yeah, earnings on Tuesday when the market opens. So I want to see what this thing does after earnings, and then I can trade it after. If they double beat and sell off, I'm gonna just find a good level with the 2-hour inverse arc to long them. So yeah, this chart is bullish on every time frame, like every last one of them. It's insane. All right, I just found this one before the live started. Atmos Energy in the utilities. So what I see when I look at this one is basically it's fighting through this order block to close above it. Once it closes above it, it's going to sweep and then pull back into probably this previous level of liquidity and then make the next up move. Look at the week. On the week, got a fresh new inverse. It's not a level 3 yet, despite it closing above the trend line because it's not floating. So I won't even say that. We have a 12 EMA retest with the powerful move up. So it's rejecting the down moves right now. Go ahead and go to the 4-hour. Yep, same order block. So what you want to look for if you have the same order block on different time frames, your trigger time frame is that smallest time frame that you see that same order block. So right now, so it's not on the 2. Up there it is. So since it's on the 2, you want to wait for a 2 hour to close above this 180.29 for the next leg up. That's now it will sweep liquidity since it was the first time that it touched it. Well, it's not the first time that it touched it, but once it breaks this level, it will sweep liquidity. It'll probably like run up to like 181, 82 or something, and then come back down to retest that previous all-time high, and then continue to up move. So that's what I'm looking for at ATO. But we have Whale Tower. So this one's a good one. However, the liquidity of the contracts is a little skewed. So the spreads are insane. So I would recommend getting shares on Whale Tower, but we do have this fresh 12 and WTMA cloud break, and we all know what that break means. The Wolf chart users, we all know what that means. So it broke it here last time, and it made a pretty sizable move of set $18 in 27 days. Did it again here. $32 in 35 days. So we just have a fresh setup that mimics these right here. So you want to look out for this one. Whale Tower is a good ticker to buy shares and just accumulate. So those are all the tickers that I'm looking at. Do y'all have any tickers that y'all want me to go over? Actually, let me check. Wolf. RTX is a good one. Okay, I got you. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, look at that. I got 3 of those out. Okay. Walmart. Ooh, Walmart. All right. I'll start with RTX. I heard that place is a good company too. All right, I'm gonna look at RTX on a monthly time frame first. Okay, so it has that same doji. Okay. So the month is basically a retest of the WTMA for now, unless it loses it. We'll go ahead and go to the week. It did go into the WTMA, but it retested to 12. Okay, so that's good. I can see it's knocking on that 200 door a lot. So that's what, 5 weeks of tapping 200. So it's pinning that big move right now. On the day, we have a fresh inverse with the 12 literally like intertwined. Okay, that looks good. It's not a elevated sell volume either. And it's at a 90 on the Wolf Trend Hunter, so that's very good. And Friday it was an aggressive move. Okay, at the 4 hour. Should have, yep, there it is. Ooh, I like this. I would like this play. I would take this play. So you had the 4 hour inverse with a floating candle, a pullback, and another pullback into the 12 and WTMA. I would definitely take that trade. Let me remove Day Trader Pro real quick. All right, so yeah, this looks pretty good. This like all it looks like is a liquidity sweep right back down to a prior level, a prior key level. Go ahead and look at the 2 hour. No crazy looking pattern yet, but that's good. Okay. So it looks like it wants to do one of these, like consolidate right here, and then boom. That's what it looks like it wants to do. Oh, it's probably gonna do that right there. More than likely. And price is gonna chop, and then it starts to come up. And then that's when these moving averages will start to make that move. The R2X look good. I would definitely do a trade plan on them. So that's a good call out, Real. Wolf. Okay, Wolf. My sister was bugging me about this one, so if she's in here, she would actually thank me for going over this one. So Wolf on the month time frame looks pretty good. It looks like it's just rebuilding, repairing itself basically. I like this weekly inverse arc with a floater. Wow, hold on. We got an inverse arc, lock candle with a level 3 floater on the week time frame. If there wasn't a time to listen to me, you should do a trade plan on that one. I like this one, and I know the contracts are not too crazy because I traded them when they was at this level last time. So, yeah, I'm gonna do a top down on that one too. Yeah, I like this chart. Look on the day. On the day, I can see right now that it's pending a 12 WTMA cloud breakout. Once that happens, this thing gonna rip. Let's see if I can get the VRVP. I didn't got the VRVP. Let's see. I thought I had this on here the whole time. 200, 100. Oh, okay, I saved it as default. All right, let's see on the week time frame what it'll look like. Sean had that on his list. Oh, nice. All right, so the week look good. Empty nodes. You know what we do with empty nodes? If we have any right here. Oh yeah, yeah. So once this break this last node, it's gonna rip. Definitely need to look into them. I'll be doing a top down on them too. Wow. Yeah, I like Wolf. The 4 hour. So the 4 hour only signifies that we're doing a little pullback action. So all it's doing right now is consolidating to make that big move. And then on the 2, yep, there it is right there. Boom. So I would look for a level 3 floater and or a break of, what's this level? 1769 on that one to get in that one. After that, it's smooth selling. Walmart. Oh yeah, I've been marking up Walmart for a long time. I just got out of them once they hit my monthly liquidity level last week. So the monthly time frame on Walmart looks insane. I think it's leading the consumer sector out of everything, like leaving everything else behind. I have a fresh floater on last week. Why did I have this arrow right here? I don't know what was I trying to point out to somebody. Not sure. Don't remember. But yeah, this is my monthly liquidity level. Probably I marked this out like a long time ago, before it even hit like 100. So these levels are pretty, pretty good. They're still holding. So this was a weekly liquidity level. Once it broke that, it held it, popped back up. This was a monthly field. This is the next monthly field that it looked like it's about to touch. So and then this is next weekly field, monthly field, weekly field. I already had this one pre-marked up. I need to just do another trade plan on them. So that fair value gap on the daily time frame will be key. I like that one. You just need to break over this 135.14 level, and it'll be smooth selling at 147 to that next field. And it is at all-time highs actually. Let me see if these fields still hold. I think it was the month. Yep, there it is. So there goes my first weekly, second weekly, no, monthly, my bad. First monthly, second monthly, third monthly. Yeah, I did this a while ago. Wow. Try to see if it still held like that. Yeah, I like the Walmart chart. I need to add them to my list too. I like that. Because once it breaks this level, it's gonna probably go parabolic. More parabolic than it has already been before. Oh yeah. Yep, I'ma get into Walmart eventually. I like that chart. And then we got ZOM. ZOM has been one of my favorite charts this year. A lot of money on ZOM. We get in the Wolf Empire. I call ourselves the Insomniacs because we've been trading ZOM for like 2 weeks straight. So on ZOM on the monthly, we do have a pending 12 WTMA cloud break. If that happens, the bear's gonna be, you know, eating ice on the skillet, man, because it's gonna be bad. All right, so currently at all-time highs. The weekly, we had a inverted hammer on the week. That usually signifies a reversal, so we'll definitely have to see what this week gives us. But it is on a fair value gap, on a weekly fair value gap. So that's a pretty strong fair value gap. You see, the last time it hit this fair value gap, it did this. So let's see what next week gives us. On the daily time frame, we are in the WTMA. We already under the WTMA, but what I'm thinking ZOM is going to do, if it doesn't have any, you know, crazy news, it's probably just going to retest this 12 EMA proper, the actual line, and then pop back up. I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to do. And if it does fail that, you'll probably come to this fair value gap and this WTMA cloud and then make the next leg up. Because it has been ripping a little bit too hard. So people starting to sell just to take profits. Okay, fresh arc on the 4 hour, and the floater candle is not bearish, so that's good. Okay, so it's gonna retest this. So whenever y'all see these fair value gaps, just extend them, like visually extend them out, so you don't ever forget about them, because they basically are smaller versions of the order blocks. So when it comes to this whole fair value gap right here, you might see a strong move up. On the 2 hour, like okay. Let's see. A little volume, just a little volume on last Friday. We're in the last 6 hours of Friday, so nothing to really spook us. But it is holding this particular 148 level pretty strong, which correlates with this fair value gap. So if it actually broke that, I would look at it like coming down here at about like 143 to reset itself. Zom still looks good though on the daily aspect. I think it's just gonna come down and retest his 12. Any more RTX or Walmart Zom? Okay. Okay. And also if actually let me look at see. Okay, so the other Oreos tickers are green for Friday, and Zom's not. That's weird. Okay, yeah, this is just people taking profit then, because there's no way. Yeah, Cop is green. We look at Valero, green. PSX, green. Yeah, so something went crazy with Zom on Friday for it to be red, especially when all the other oil tickers are green on Friday on the same day. So they must have had some news that came out. Well, working. Okay. That's not like too significant to impact their stock though. They are suing somebody. But that happened yesterday on a Saturday, so that wouldn't do anything on Friday. You know what? It might be this the workers being hurt on Friday that impacted their stock. Yeah. Other than that, they didn't have like too crazy news. I would take being burnt rather than dying on the job site. So that's a plus for them. Anybody got any other tickers? If not, I can shut this down and start doing some trade plans. Actually, let me add these now. Boom. Okay. Well, I'm about to wrap this thing up and get to starting on my homework. I hope y'all have a rest of your Sunday very pleasant, no interruptions. Hope y'all get on these trade plans. What's your channel name for the plans? So my Discord is the Trading Room. If you're in the Wolf Empire, I can send you that link, and then I can get you get you your cert your perms. I started reading Thank You Creole and started to say that, and then I saw SLV. What are your thoughts on SLV? Oh man. Okay. So I know I have some fibs on this. Yep. Oh, I can delete these. I'm gonna hide them. SLV. Look at the month. Ooh. So the only thing that really worries me about SLV is last month's candle. So I'm gonna take away everything. So with a candle like this, I wouldn't even touch the stock. So I had a leap, a 45 call leap for 2028, and I bought it around like 65. And once it started to do this crazy move down, I got out because I'm not gonna watch the profits just leave. But if I saw a monthly candle looking like this, I wouldn't even trade it. This also like reminds me of Netflix's yearly candle. So I'm just gonna go to Netflix real quick and go to 1 year. 1 year. Oh, apparently I can't do. Let's do 12. Nope. Let's see. 12 months. There we go. So this reminds me of Netflix's yearly candle, which, you know, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. So SLV is basically in that same boat. That's why I'm just gonna let it cool off before I touch it again. We already have this arc forming on the week. That's the last thing we want if we're thinking about longing silver, but it is retesting the 12 for 2 weeks straight. So I mean that's the good part. So it can rebound, and we do have this daily inverse arc forming, which tells us institutions are starting to accumulate at this particular range of silver. So I would look for, on a daily time frame, I would look for basically for the price action to clear the 12 EMA for me to even touch silver again. So basically you just want a very bullish green candle to close above the 12 EMA, and then that would be like your signal to do a top down and to prepare to long silver. I hated to cut that leap too. Ugh. No problem, no problem. Sherry, if you could tag me in Sean's stock and options channel at Creole Wolf, and I can send you the link to get in my Discord. Oh, and real, we're under the 200 on the 2 hour, so we need to clear that as well. Right. So now it is 4:51. It is approaching that time. Cause I know I'm gonna have to start bathing kids and everything. So I know I'm gonna have to get off. No problem, Motion Man Steve. I hope I gave y'all a little insight that y'all can, start prepping for. Oh, I knew I forgot one. LMT. Why wasn't this on my list? Just gonna go over LMT real quick. Monthly floater. Multiple weekly floaters. So that's extremely bullish. We have a flat WTMA with it being over the 12. So I mean that's good. We just had a breaker structure on Friday, so that's extremely good. And it is retesting the fair value gap on the 4 hour right now. So I'm thinking it's gonna basically come back to this fair value gap on the 4 hour and spring back up. That's why I'm looking at LMT right now, and it's doing a 12 EMA with a fair value gap retest on the 2 hour. So it's about to be prime time to get in the LMT. All right, now that wraps up my list. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna wait on Sherry to do that, and then I'll be on my way. Okay, got you. I got you. Well, I'm about to wrap this thing up. Hope y'all have a blessed Sunday. Get ready for work early tomorrow, just in case craziness happen, because it's raining where I'm at right now. So I know I'm gonna have to leave a little early. Yeah. Be on lookout for these trade plans in both Discords. But no sleeping on LMT. Man, I'm telling you. Hey, Brown, I already know that's Brown Wolf. Yeah, LMT is about to go. All right. It's about to go. But yep, hope y'all have a blessed Sunday.